As you can see on shot, what we're currently witnessing here as well, the wreath ceremony that has already begun. There's been a prayer session here as well that is taking place by some of the bishops, some of the pastors, and all those from the faith-based community as well. There is currently a meeting taking place between themselves and, of course, other officials from the city of Johannesburg. But while that takes place, I'm joined now by Herman Mashaba from ActionSA, the former mayor of Johannesburg. Herman, thank you very much for chatting to me this afternoon. Let's kickstart maybe with what you've always raised around the problematic issue of buildings decaying, being derelict, being hijacked in the city of Johannesburg. You've seen it now. 74 people have died. But as the opposition, challenging the current administration for wanting accountability, what will you be doing next as ActionSA?
Well, look, I think, Pule, in my world, and I'd really wish one day I can live in that world where constitutionally a case like this has to really be treated as murder or culpable homicide at the least. Because this, yes, as much as we can call it an accident, but it was an accident bound to really happen. When you have government that are aware of the potential of the loss of life and you don't do anything about it, then someone has to really be held accountable. And that's something that obviously I'm talking from someone with limited legal background, but common sense and logic tells me this is culpable homicide. And I'd like to speak to lawyers and really see if there's a case that can be opened against someone for the loss of this 74 lives. Because really, I think government, from national government, knew about this. I think I heard the president yesterday saying this is tragic. Tragic? What do you mean tragic? I mean, you've been aware about this. We've witnessed the decay of the city the last 30 years. It's not something that just really happened overnight. When I was the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, when I raised the conditions of this city and the reclaiming of these buildings, his own organization went to actually lay a charge against me with the Human Rights Commission and so forth. So I think this should not really come as a surprise to anyone. As you're aware, Pule, this building is just the tip of an iceberg in terms of the level of illegality that's happening, the living conditions of people, of our fellow South Africans. It's massive. This is just the tip of an iceberg. We must just really pray to God in the event of something happening that we don't really lose as many lives as we did. But losing lives, it is a given. I've just left one building now with one of the TV stations. We went into one of the buildings. Just the smell and the living conditions, you are actually killing people health-wise. I think I cannot understand how the Human Rights Commission can allow people to live under those conditions.
So if I get you correctly, what you're saying is that you will be taking legal action against the city of Johannesburg?
Well, if legal people can tell us we've got a case that is winnable, without any doubt we'll pursue. But then, yes, the legal people might really say, you know what, Herman, as much as, yes, you can really win this case, but it'll be a very protected case. I think I'll take advice from the legal people who are much cleverer than I am. I'm speaking from common sense, being an angry South African after really witnessing losing so many lives.
The faith-based organization and community and other residents are accusing politicians of blaming each other now and using this as a political contestation. Is this something you agree with?
Where were they all along when this city was turned into a slum? So if ever they want to interfere or intervene, they should have intervened 25 years ago when we started decaying the city.
In 2019, Mpopalati was part of your MEICO committee. She was the MMC of Health then. She raised concerns around the clinic just next to this building, which also gutted into flames. What action did you take then? Did you try to ensure that you found out what was going on here who leased this building with the city of Johannesburg. And after someone was arrested in 2019, did you follow up intensively?
Well, one thing that you must understand, Pule, as a city, I'm sure you remember very well how I used to complain about the lack of prosecution and legal steps being taken. The city, constitutionally, we cannot prosecute. We don't have prisons. We were relying on national criminal justice system, and they dismally failed us. And I'm sure you know, I used to says a city like Johannesburg can't be given prosecutorial authority, can be given our own prisons. So that's, what else can you do? But our law enforcement agencies, including our president, is very much aware about what happened.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mashaba, former mayor of Johannesburg, Masego, speaking to us. But let me just bring also Bishop Pule Gentile as well. Bishop, I just want to speak to you because importantly, you've made a point to say that you have identified shelter as well as the faith-based community. Where will you be housing some of the victims and families affected as well? How will you be helping them as a church?
Yeah, we came here to, just to see what's going on and just check what are the needs. And but we have a house that is available for people who may not necessarily have a place to sleep. We also got some donations and many thanks to the UNISA staff that gave me some stuff to bring here, and also individuals who wanted to assist. So we have some help coming, especially through the South African Council of Churches, to assist the people here.
What are some of the parcels that you will be donating?
So far we have food, we have clothes, and that we will, as it is off today, we'll live here at Khotso House. And we're actually calling on everyone who may have something to donate, to drop them at Khotso House, and the national office will see how best they can distribute those.
How can people get hold of you, and where is the shelter based?
It's right here in Yeoville. It's really not far from this place. Anyone can go to Khotso House. They can get the full information, or they can call me on 076 2210 184.
Thank you very much, Bishop Gentile there joining us, Masego, this midday. Obviously, now it seems as though the faith-based community and, of course, the bishops are now moving uptown, where I believe my colleague Heidi Chakos will be catching up with them. But, of course, this was me speaking to former mayor of Johannesburg and, of course, Bishop Gentile. Right now, officials are saying we should move out of this area because it seems as though it is cordoned off and they will start with their operations once again.